It's that time of the year again when the government at the federal level starts putting plans in place for the budget. At the second Federal Executive Council meeting of President Bola Tinubu's administration, the council received the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper.
The medium-term expenditure framework as well as fiscal strategy paper were indeed presented to the council today, and it made assumptions about reference price for the price of crude oil, which is at $73.96, as well as an exchange rate of 700 naira. It was presented on the background of the commendable measures that have been taken since June in order to restore macroeconomic stability.
Speaking further, the Minister of Finance also stressed that President Tinubu is committed to the budget process and its integrity. On the other hand, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister also shed more light on the plan of government to borrow $1.5 billion.
Mr. President is also committed to the budget process and its integrity. So he wants to ensure that monies that are appropriated can be spent in the period for which they are appropriated, one. And then in terms of presentation of the budget, Mr. President has been engaging with the National Assembly leadership, even ahead of the presentation, to say, these are our assumptions, these are our thought processes, so that it can reduce the lead time for which the budget has to go through such considerations, because these are
bold, brave, courageous, and decisive measures that Mr. President has taken is being rewarded by processing for Nigeria $1.5 billion of immediate financing, which is provided that we do everything on our own side, it will be in before the end of the year. And it comes in one go, it doesn't drip as will be done for a project, and it is really just to support the reform effort. The reform does not...
Another salient issue that came up at the FEC meeting is a reassurance by the government to honor her recently signed agreement with Labour.
You are already aware of all the about 15 or 14 items as part of the agreements. But we went beyond mere agreements to tell them that something different this time is happening. Because one part of the agreement was to file it in a court of law, which we have set the process already. And the other one was the presidential approval. There cannot be any presidential approval more than the Federal Executive Council. So we presented them to the Federal Executive Council. We analyzed on each and every aspect of the agreement, and to show the genuineness and also provide for harmonious and a good industrial relationship.